Hi lovely people, it's Rachel and I'm back with another video looking at this Scribbles That Matter bullet planner. Not bullet journal, bullet planner. So I bought this because I've seen quite a lot of people who've got it and I thought, ooh, that looks interesting. Ooh, I had shiny thing syndrome a little bit. But I also just thought, do you know what, I'm just gonna get it and have a look at it and see what I think. So it's a pretty big beast, I'll tell you that. Comes in a nice presentation box. Scribbles That Matter make bullet journals already of an A5 variety. And yeah, there's a lot to this and they have put quite a bit of thought into how this goes. Now I just grabbed a normal A5 bullet journal here so you could see the size difference. So it is quite a bit bigger and I like that kind of extra real estate. I use a bullet journal kind of on a monthly basis just for my note taking, and yeah, I am intrigued by this pen loop on the outside. I'm sorry, this is going to be a bit of a squirrel video. If you're familiar with my channel, you'll know what I mean. But I do like this. It feels very well made. It has this nice contrast stitching down here, which I like, even though I'm not very keen on the yellow. Don't do yellow all the time. Although I've just finished a pair of yellow socks. So that's quite, you know. But anyway, let's have a look inside, shall we? So inside, you've got front and back, you've got this nice kind of grey, blacky end papers. And then the paper inside is kind of a cream colour. It's definitely an off-white. I don't know actually if I go as far as saying cream. There's the Leuchtturm. The Leuchtturm is definitely darker cream than the Scribbles That Matter. I like that. The following scribbles belong to. I think that's quite cute. And you open up and you're straight in with a key on this side and colour coding so you can set up your bullet code, and then you have year at a glance for 2017, 18 and 19. And I like that there's some space around here so you can put notes in, you can decorate if you want to, so there's space to do that. And I'm just noticing here that we've got 3 place marker ribbons, which is nice, so plenty of them, although it irritates me that the yellow doesn't match the elastic because I'm a picky person. Have you ever noticed that? Anyway, but 3 are good because then you can mark, you know, your month, your week, your day, whatever it might be. And then we get in and we have a progress tracker. So there's 2 progress trackers here going from week 0 up to 52. Again, undated from now, so you can decide when you want to use it. And therefore you can mark off different habits. You could even use it as a graph. I think that's quite nice actually. I quite like that. But as I say, it is a weekly one, not a daily one, so it's a weekly one. Then you've got some very helpfully labelled planning space. I'm glad they told me that this space is for planning. That's good. Oh, this space is for planning too. Then we get into the month at a glance, and all the monthly views are up front together, okay? So you have the months, obviously you can letter that, you could put a list there, you could use that space for whatever you want. I'm just going to bring you right in now because then we can see some of the detail on it. Then over here is a monthly overview, and it's in a list format, which I find a bit odd. I've never used a list format calendar before. And I kind of feel like if I had multiple days that would drive me batty. But again, I suppose it's an overview. Perhaps, I mean, I do a word of every day in my Cocoa Daisy dory for like my journaling, so I could do something like that, or a sentence a day, or, you know, it doesn't have to be, I suppose, appointments is what I'm getting at. So you've got the dates down, you just need to put in the days there, so the initials of the days of the week. Then we have goals to accomplish, this month's task, end of the month review. I like that, that's a really cool idea. And then a habit tracker here with space for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, I think 16 habits there, which is quite a lot. I have to say, looking at that, the contrast between the dots and the grid is actually making my eyes go a bit weird, but it might be just because I'm under really bright lights. So, got your habit tracker. And so we have yeah, 12 of them. I assume it's 12. It's going to be 12. There's 12 months in a year, Rachel. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we get into the weekly views. So let me just check that the exposure's okay. Oh, we're okay, aren't we? There we go. Right, I'm going to bring you back out so you can see the full page again. So you can see how much space is actually around this. So we have, first of all, we've got a little quote on the left. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Very wise. Then we've got Monday to Sunday and an hourly format running from midnight through to 11 o'clock at night. So it is literally every hour of a 24-hour day. Thumbs up from me for that one. The columns are lined, so you've got space to write on those, and you know that you're going to keep it steady, because I do have issues with keeping my handwriting steady. And then you've got this box down the bottom as well, Sorry, we've been telling my youngest that she really needs to remember to do her double T's, so like little and things, and I've just gone bottom. But yeah, anyway, bottom of the page, you've got a box there as well. And looking at it, I suspect that's about a standard Erin Condren box, you know, possibly with a little bit extra. Let's just have a little nosy. Just wait. Yes, it is. You're going to get a standard full box in that with a little bit of space around it. There you go. Happy days. Then there's all this space around here that you can use for just listing down lists, tasks, ideas, gratitude. You could just put all sorts around there. I like that. That's got a lot of space around it. And then we get what they're calling the dailies, but to me this is another weekly view because it's got the week on. Except it hasn't, because it's got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then a small and a large box. So you could split this one and have Saturday, Sunday, and then a notes section, or you could put your Saturday, Sunday together, split it across that way. Depends how busy your weekends are, and I actually think that's a really good idea to leave it open, because often the criticism of a planner where the Saturday and Sunday share a space is that, well, they're the busiest times of the week, or it's that you don't actually need the full space. So you've got the option there with that. So yeah, so I guess if you've put all your appointments in up here, you're then only really going to be listing down, you know, your actual to-do list or whatever there. And so that is the format, and that continues through of the weekly view and then the dailies. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but there's quite a bit of shadowing just from what's actually printed going through the page. Now, I get that you're going to get shadowing, but it's actually quite, to me, it's quite distracting that I would be using Wednesday and seeing the word Friday here. I actually find that quite distracting. So, just a thought. Then we get to the end and we have an extra creative space. So you have to be extra creative in this space. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8 pages there. Then there's a double spread for password reminders. So you've got your account, user ID and password hint. And then you have a page about mindfulness. There's a little poem there. You can pause and read it if you wish to. That's quite nice, you know, something just to go back and look over. And then a pen test page. So you put all your new pens and markers on this side and then have a look on that side and decide which ones you're going to use and which ones not. So yeah, I get the idea. Then the very back has got a pocket, comme ça, and so you can slip some things in there. So overall, I think if you are somebody who likes using a bullet journal but doesn't actually like having to set your week up every single week, and this format of the, well, either of the formats would work for you, then I think this is great. However, there's no extra note space in this. There's nothing really. I suppose, yes, you could have things here for your notes. I'm not convinced that'd be enough space for me, because I can go for weeks with not actually, well, days with not making any notes, and then I'll fill up 4 or 5 pages in a morning. So yeah, so I don't think that would necessarily work. It's nice that it lies flat. I like the way it's bound. It feels really well made. So there's lots of positives about it as well. So there you go. So that is the bullet planner. I think for something that is going to be so focused on using pen, I wish they'd offered some different colours, because, you know, the teal and the yellow is a bit full on to me. I know that there's a couple of people in my Facebook group, and certainly one member of my, well, 2 members of my design team who are using this planner with my stickers and kits, and they've been really enjoying doing that. And especially like up here, they've been able to put the big thick washi down and actually make it really, really fun. And I think I probably will do, sorry, getting distracted by reading the different quotes now, because I quite like that. So I think I will have a bit of a play with it and see how it works for me. I could see it working, actually, I'll be honest with you. But then I think I've reached a stage where I just feel like I could make any planner work for me. Ooh, that's quite a statement, isn't it? Could I make any planner system work for me? Yeah, of course I could. Of course I could. But it all just comes down to preference, doesn't it? So there you go. That is the bullet planner from Scribbles That Matter. Let me know your thoughts. Have you got one of these? Have you tried one out? Have you been wanting to try one out? Would you like to see me try it out? Let me know in the comments down below, and I shall speak to you again soon, lovely people. Bye for now.